Alright guys, name is Tyler aka Nanogenix, and today, what in the world just happened while I was asleep? Holy crap, so much stuff just broke. So much stuff, and not broke like in the bad way, like news. So much to talk about today, so let's go ahead, let's not wait around, let's hop right in. First of all, two shoutouts. One, this is the strangest thing ever, but to the official Dokkan Twitter account. They are ahead of the sort of data download. They're ahead of everything. They dropped all this over there on their official Dokkan Twitter account, so the link to that will be down below. Secondly, a shout out to my man Gaming with Tallen. A link to his YouTube channel as well as Twitter will be down below as well, because he translated some of the stuff that we're talking about here, and then some of the rest of it is me using my phone with Google Translate, because it's actually just, we would have to go off pictures. We actually didn't even have the text uploaded because it's not even been uploaded to DBZ.space or anything like that yet. So starting off with the Intelligence LR SSJ Vegeta. Now he didn't, when I made my video talking about his release and everything like that, I was like, can he just not get a flat passive? Can he get a percentage boost passive? They are definitely stuck on giving these Prime Battle LRs these sort of flat boosts for whatever reason. A lot of work goes into getting them, and then you get a flat boost. But I think he's going to actually still be okay just because of the way that he works. So let's talk about him, and then we'll hop into his beautiful super attack. All these super attacks are just incredible. They are literally movie level super attacks. It is insane watching them and how just accurate and great they look. So this guy's leader ability is Pure Saiyan's Ki +3, HP attack and defense +70%. So exactly like what we saw with the LR Future Trunks that came out back in June. He had that sort of same lead for the Future Saga. So we're getting this guy with the Pure Saiyan's lead. Then on his actual super attack, his 12 Ki is cause colossal damage to enemy. His 18 Ki is cause colossal damage to enemy and raise attack for 1 turn. Now why that is so important is because of his passive, and how his passive works is actually pretty great. So passive ability on this guy, well, outside of the flat boost, but passive on this guy is attack plus 15,000, defense plus 20,000. Once you get attacked for 4 turns, you get attack plus additional 15,000. So that's actually pretty decent. So he's similar in that sort of aspect to LR Beerus, where you do want to place him into a, you know, like the first slot or something like that, where he's going to get attacked first, and then he gets that boost, and then he does obviously more damage. But the cool thing here, that from his super attack, right? So if you're able to get his 18 Ki off, which might be a bit of a struggle, which we're about to get to that. If you're able to get his 18 Ki off, raise his attack for that 1 turn, this guy has a guaranteed additional 2 attacks. Now, I want to say that it works the exact same way as the Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. They cannot be super attacks, but that doesn't mean that he still can't do really, really good damage here, because, you know, if his 18 Ki does a million or 1.1 or something like that, and then he gets off 2 additionals and you just raised his super attack, you might be looking at him doing 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 million damage, maybe even more, right? Because we're going to be able to rainbow this guy out. He's going to have the potential for critical hits, stuff like that. So you're looking at this guy doing actually pretty awesome damage for a free-to-play LR. Even though he is only getting flat boosts on his passive, he actually still has some pretty decent sort of ability to do a lot of damage. And then taking a look at his links, and this is where it's kind of sucks. But he has, it's Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Shattering the Limit, Legendary Power, Royal Lineage, Saiyan Warrior Race, and I think Brainiacs. And I could be wrong in that last one, but I think Brainiacs. Now, here's the thing with this guy. Ki is going to be definitely an issue. Shattering Limit is not, I guess, terribly bad. I mean, I guess if you run this guy on Extreme Intelligence, you may not be too bad, because there's a lot of Extreme Intelligence units, like, if I'm not mistaken, LR Bojack has Shattering the Limit. So that at least gets you, plus if you're actually running an Extreme Bojack team, that would get you at 8 Ki. Shattering the Limit would then get you to 10, just from Shattering the Limit link. So I mean, and then if you actually run like a Meta Cooler, again, this is looking at a very specific rotation, right? But still, and then if you're running like a Meta Cooler or something, I mean, you could start this guy out at like 13 Ki probably. Not too hard, but at the same time, if you want to run him with, you know, on the Pure Saiyans category that he fits on, that is his only category as far as I could see, then you might run into some minor issues. There's a lot of units that still have Shattering the Limit, so no issue there. But it's just kind of like, I don't know. It'll be intriguing, but I don't think it's gonna be too bad. But yeah, 18 Ki might be less than the 12, but still, this guy and his super attack look amazing. The card art looks awesome. I am very ready to get this unit. Then moving on from that into the Extreme AGL Meta Cooler. This guy and his super attacks are literally next level. These are LR worthy super attacks, which they have been being, right? Like all these units they're releasing are getting just incredibly looking super attacks. It is absolutely crazy. They're doing some amazing stuff with the animations, the sort of camera angles, everything like that. Like they are like knocking all of these super attacks out of the park, but this guy is actually insane. Like this guy is, I don't know if they're doing this to him because of his sort of smaller category that he fits, but this guy is strongest clan in space category, key +3, HP, attack, and defense plus 170%. Not one down at 130, all three at 170%. He also boosts extreme AGL key +3, HP, attack, defense plus 90%. So guess what that means? You're gonna be able to run AGL Tulis with your strongest clan in space category units, which honestly not a bad idea because of how good Tulis is as a support style unit, because you would definitely not run him on a main rotation in this particular setup, but he could absolutely be there and find a good spot on this team, because he finds a good spot on pretty much any team that you can run him on, even teams that he doesn't necessarily get a boost from. So it's like this is going to be a absolutely insane category. So anyway, looking at what this guy does, super attack is causes miss damage and lowers attack and defense. Passives attack movements plus 80%, attack plus 10% for every attack received at a cap of 70%. Recover 7% HP at the end of turn, and once he is below 50% HP, he will then transform into his, the sort of state where Goku and Vegeta fought him at the very end of the Meta Cooler movie, which hopefully that super attack has played so far or is playing right now on your screen. Looks, again, absolutely incredible. I cannot get over how good these look. Like, these are just absolutely A1 super attacks. It is ridiculous. So this guy is going back to sort of the original sort of giant transformation. So he doesn't have this sort of thing that he'll transform and stay in that form. He'll transform into a giant, similar to Tulis or similar to any of the Great Apes or anything like that. He won't be like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, Vegeta, UI, Goku, or stuff like that. So he will, from what we can tell, transform then after a rotation or two, transform back into his sort of standard state, just like Tapion. So anyway, links on this guy are Auto Regeneration, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, Nightmare, Thirst for Conquest, Transform, and Strongest Clan in Space. So yeah, I mean, he's got the Transform links, so he's definitely going to be Great Ape style as opposed to what we've been used to. He fits into 4 categories. This new one, the Frieza Clan one, then Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, and Giant category. So it's just, I'm actually incredibly excited for A, this team, and B, this unit. Just because of how cool he looks. And honestly, this team and this category has the potential to probably, I mean, obviously looking at attack plus 170%, but how well they're going to link up, looking at big bad bosses, first battle, all these things. And it's such a synergized sort of team. Like, that's the crazy part about it, is so many of these units that will be on this category link up together so incredibly well that with them all getting a 170% boost, we are going to see some incredible numbers from this category. It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. By the way, before I hop into everything else, you guys have been watching those beautiful super attacks, all of that. If you're new to the channel, you're enjoying today's news video, all those things, considering going on the right now, hitting that subscribe button, joining the hashtag NetOfam today, as well as for this incredible hype, because we're not even done yet, consider slapping that like button. So before I actually hop into the final LR of the video, since I don't know a whole lot about it yet, let's talk about 2 more units. So we've got a brand new tech Vegeta that, me personally, I love this Vegeta from that movie. I have the old school statue for this Vegeta from that movie, like the ones that they made like 15 years ago, and the sort of like cylinder looking things. Anyways, the main thing to know here on this guy, his passive is on attack and defense plus 100%. And if HP is under 80%, then key plus 2, additional attack plus 20, and finally, if HP is 50% or below, additional attack plus 50% and key plus 2. So 50% HP or below, attack plus 170% and defense plus 100% and key plus 4. And on a super attack, he has a high chance to stun. This is a pretty awesome unit. Again, being the Vegeta fanboy I am, of course, I'm super excited for this unit. Of course, I'm ready to use him, all those things. But his super attack, A, looks awesome, and B, as a unit, he sounds very, very cool. And then, before we hop into the final LR of the video, we have a brand new STR Piccolo that looks incredible. I'm sorry. I know I'm riding like the hype train right now, but I can't help it. If you guys have been watching for any amount of time, you know I can't help it. Like it's blowing my mind how good they're doing with all these units. I mean, the main thing that we watch when we're playing this game are the super attacks. So like the fact that they're knocking these out of the park now, and that's the primary thing that we sort of play this game for, is to see these beautiful super attacks and, you know, whatever with the teams that we're making. It's just awesome they're putting this much sort of work and love into them. So this new STR Piccolo is an attack all unit. He also, the Tech Vegeta, has a nuclear style sort of lead ability. Same thing with this Piccolo. The primary thing to know here is on a super attack, he deals supreme damage to all enemies. His passive ability is attack and defense plus 100%. When there are 2 or more enemies, ki plus 6 and attack and defense plus 30%. So this guy, like, I don't know why they're focusing so much on STR types. We just got that Majin Buu. They got an attack all. Now we've got this Piccolo, like, and of course LR Broly, the old school Broly. Like, there's so many STR units. STR Perfect Cell. I mean, the list just goes on of how many STR units do attack alls. It's wild. I don't understand why we keep getting STR style units that do attack all and not some like different types. I mean, obviously there's other types, right? There's obviously other types. I'm just saying, like, it's just strange how, like, it just seems like there's a lot that are in the STR field. So anyway, last but not least, there's a new LR Kid Goku that has been announced. It looks like it's going to be, you're going to be able to get him. He's going to start out as an SR, so he is going to be a very much so free-to-play LR that we're going to obtain. But it looks like there's going to be multiple story parts they're going to be doing, obviously from the Dragon Ball saga, because it is Kid Goku, not GT Kid Goku, but actual Dragon Ball Kid Goku. Multiple movie parts that are going to then build into you eventually getting him to LR. So I don't know if this is actually going to be the LR Kid Goku with Krillin and Master Roshi that we saw, you know, on the sort of LR election a year and a half ago at this point, or it's going to be maybe an LR that leads into when Android 8 maybe dies. I don't know what they'll end up doing with this, but either way, a brand new free-to-play LR Kid Goku from new stories are coming, as well as, which this kind of makes sense. Well, it kind of makes sense, but I guess they could have done a new event as well. But there's going to be sort of revamp happening to the Meta Cooler story as part of all these new releases with this new Piccolo, Vegeta, you know, and the Cooler himself. So anyway, with all that said, guys, that was so much here today to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys are as excited about this as I am. As far as an actual release goes, I mean, the announcements are in the game. The Twitter account has already tweeted them out. I would imagine we see this stuff by like Wednesday. I would say maybe even as quickly as like tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow, but probably will happen late tomorrow night. So technically, for as far as my channel and me here in the US goes, pretty much for all intents and purposes, it will probably release on Wednesday, if I had to guess. It could be as quick as tomorrow. So either way, guys, that is today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, all those things, just slap a like button. If you're new to the channel, you've not done so yet, consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button. Guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.